everyone, welcome to my channel, Grace Smith channel. Today we are talking about the topic, the principle of borrowing. Why borrowing is bad. The principle of borrowing I discover. But before we continue, please kindly like and subscribe to my channel. It will give this video more edge and give the algorithm to spread it loud to the youth so that they can watch it. Like I normally said, I do this video for the youth out there to watch and gain financial knowledge. Not that I know it all, but the right application for it. I said it is not about getting money, but it's about how to keep the money. Getting money is another thing, I agree with you, but how to keep the money to sustain. Because if I just talk about getting money, have you not touched 10,000 before? Have you not touched 100,000 before? Good. But can you develop it? Can you keep that money? Can you save it? Can you invest it? Yes. You cannot. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here for the youth out there. Because one thing is that the youth are the future of the country. The youth are the future of any environment. So that's why we are making this video for the youth out there to gain and understand and know how to grow their finance. Fine. Today's topic we're talking about borrowing. Borrowing. The principle of borrowing I discover. What borrowing? Borrowing is one thing that puts people under pressure very well. Believe me, borrowing have make somebody commit suicide. Borrowing cause fear. It also borrowing have plenty disadvantage to humans. Borrowing have plenty disadvantage to humans. So that's why I'm urging the youth out there to abstain from it. It's not even good to enter it. It's not even good. Because the Bible said in the book of Galatians, I remember Galatians 14 verse 7, it said, Lord God promised that He will provide all our needs. So if you go against that, it means that you are not believing in what God says. You are not believing in what God promised. So as a Christian, it's expedient that we should not even think about to borrow at all. We should not think that one day. We should not have it in our thoughts to borrow at all. Do you understand where I'm coming from? We should not have it at all to borrow. See, let me tell you what borrowing does. Borrowing is just as if you are digging a well to fill up another well. You understand? And the other well too will be empty. So you have to still dig another well. It's just as if you are eating what you're supposed to eat in your future now. So you understand this concept, which is very bad. Let me talk about how borrowing makes someone's how borrowing make fear, how borrowing bring fear. There's one of my friends, let me just tell you this story. Let me just share this story to you guys. There's one of my friends that took something from kiosk, like on credit. He bought some things on credit, like Indomie, egg, and all that. He has some money in his pocket too. See, borrowing, if you check where, there's an alternative that you can do without borrowing. Yes, believe me when I say this. There's an alternative. There's a thing you can do without borrowing. So him himself, he has some money in his pocket to buy the goods, but he wanted like to add more spicy to the Indomie. His Indomie that he bought. He wanted to add more spice. Want to add carrots, egg, and all the rest. So he borrowed. He took this thing on credit. And believe me, for him to pay the money, voila. You see where I'm coming from? So because of that, he is always afraid to pass the road of the kiosk, to pass the road of the store. He's always afraid that if he just pass there now, they'll just say, hey, bring the money. No. So that is one thing with borrowing. You have to be contentment. You have to be, if you are contentment, if you are budgeted, you will scale from it. You have to be contentment. You have to put everything in budget so that you will not go into borrowing. Because the way this human flesh works, it works to go against our plan. So that is where discipline comes in. You know, let me tell you, one of the things that push people most in borrowing is pride. I just say, you send your child to the school you cannot afford, and they normally chase your child for school fees and all the rest. See, and you went to borrow because of my students' school fees and all that. No, if you check where there's an alternative, your money too can still afford some school. You understanding my point? Your money too can still afford some school. So it's expedient not to borrow. I can remember vividly one man in our street, he died just because of borrowing. So that's why I'm making this video out there to the youth, for us to abstain